Kitchens are where some of our deepest emotional memories reside. A lot of our food habits and what is genuinely good for your own body is what is rooted in your local culture, which is why eating local is not just a trend, but is a way of life. Hi, I'm Nayanthara. I'm a chef and an entrepreneur. I run this amazing space. It's called the Circus Canteen. I work in the larger space of climate change and climate action and using food as a way to bring that conversation forward and include more people in it. Serving holistic, nutritious food is the center point of what I do. I come from a multicultural home. Food was where we met. I had parents who were both working. Dinner table was where all conversations happened, where we found time for each other. Gravitated towards food because it just came naturally to me. I was about 11 years old when I was part of something called the Fun Club and we learned how to make aloo ke pakode. And yeah, that's how it started and I've never really left the kitchen after that. I went down quite a spiral in the last some years. The pandemic took its effect. I will never forget that day. It was the 4th of November. I woke up with this realization that I need to make changes. It was an overnight decision. It was a kill switch. Sometimes the biggest things that happen to us happen that way. The last 1 year of my journey with transforming my life was mainly a rehab process for my knee. The weight loss that happened along with it was a great perk. I decided that it was time to up the game a little bit and now focus on bigger picture things. That's when I heard about Ultrahuman actually. And I decided to try out the Cyborg because I'm someone who doesn't have great metabolism just naturally. I've had thyroid, I've had PCOS, both of which I've reversed over the last 1.5 years. Working with the Cyborg was to gamify things, to have real data at hand. The first 2 weeks were full of insights. It's important to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. I use the Cyborg for creating a Christmas special menu, which is a big day in any chef's or restaurateur's life. I genuinely think there is a huge gap in the world where data and food experiences meet. And I wanted to see if I could create a full 4-course meal where there would be minimal to zero glucose spikes. And what I used was one of the major tips that comes from the Ultrahuman app, which is to use food sequencing. You can have a full meal and yet not feel heavy, bloated, like you're in food coma. It is possible to have beautiful meal experiences which are great for your body and don't taste like rabbit food. And that's exactly where Cyborg helped me. This is not something I used to talk about a lot in life, but the focus vector has helped me, especially because I have adult ADHD. I shift focus very fast. The interesting thing with people like me is that we need constant validation for our actions. The focus vector is a visible validation for whether I'm actually being able to focus or not. It makes me feel like I might be doing the right thing. If I don't have a glucose crash or a spike, my focus vector will perform better. And in the long run, that convinces the ADHD part of my brain to say that, hey, this is a game. If we score well here, we will end up having a day which is great. I am someone who is not an athlete. The Cyborg has helped my fitness journey by optimizing performance. I'm Marwadi. ROI is very important in my life. Seeing that happen in real time is possibly one of my greatest motivations. But when you see the returns, whether it's the way your body is changing, whether it's you becoming stronger or leaner or sleeping better for that matter, or your stress levels are controlled. Motivation is just a one-night game. The next morning is about discipline, it's about perseverance and showing up. The Ultrahuman Cyborg is a singular entity where you can see all of these things in one place. If you have to live a good life, it has to be something you can do without having to put too much effort into it. It has to become part of your daily living.